When it comes to singer-songwriters, they don't come much more country than Colum, who has spent the last 10 years in the Kimberley and Pilbara regions of Western Australia. Lovely place, lovely. I love it up there. Broome, Port Hedland, all them places, great stuff. Growing up in Australind, just north of Bunbury in WA, his first musical love was country, and he headed to festivals as soon as he got his driver's licence, spending plenty of time at the Boyup Brook rodeos, and his career grew from there. Corey is now on the verge of relaunching his original music career, which saw him win the Telstra Road to Tamworth Songwriter Award in 2009, with much of the crowd talking about the quality of his vocals and songwriting, something that earned him the People's Choice Award on that night. He then headed to Nashville to soak up the experiences of Music City before releasing hit singles including West Australian Woman and Hot Out There, which both enjoyed airtime on the Country Music Channel and radio stations across the country, including this one, Plenty Valley FM. And in 2014, Corey also snagged a sought-after spot on the stage at CMC Rocks the Hunter, and during his time in the Kimberley from 2013 to 2020, he played for much of the year at Home Valley Station. Corey has hit the ground running this year and will be playing as many gigs in WA and the eastern states as he can, as he relaunches his original shows and releases new music, something I'm definitely looking forward to hearing, especially if his latest single, One More Ride, that I played a minute ago, is anything to go by, which I'm sure it is. I'm truly delighted to have Corey patiently standing by on the phone to have a chat with me, so I'll bring him on air without making him wait any longer. So without any further delay, hello Corey, how are you, mate?
G'day, Harry. How you doing?
Yeah, good. How's it going over there?
Very good, mate. Beautiful day over here, so can't complain.
Yeah, it's raining here and it's cold. And
Sorry to rub that in.
you got to love it. You got to love it. But, mate, if it wasn't for Melbourne weather, Broome wouldn't look so good, eh?
That's exactly right. You'll have somewhere to go. For sure.
Anyway, look, welcome to the Country Club. It's great to have you on the show, and I've been really looking forward to having a chat with you. Let's talk about this latest single of yours, One More Ride, that I just played. Did you write that yourself, or was it a co-write?
No, mate, that was solely written by myself, yeah. So,
okay. Well done.
Probably about a couple of years ago now, by the time we sort of process it and get it recorded. But, yeah, I wrote that one myself, yeah.
Okay, what was the inspiration for you to write that?
So where I'm at, I suppose, in my career, like I obviously want to get back into music as much as I can, releasing music. Like I've been playing music the whole time. I'd sort of been away out of the scene, I suppose, since 2013. I released my first album, and sort of went up bush and sort of hid away up in the bush for a while. So
okay.
Probably not the ideal thing to do for your career, but it was, we had young kids and we were just living life, So
yeah,
I was up there and still been able to play. And
great.
Yeah, I met some good crew up there. Some ex-saddle bronc riders, or one guy in particular, and on the station who was doing trail rides and just talking to him about what he'd done in his life, and got to ride throughout Australia, and then got to go over to the States, and then once we got to Onslow, I also met another guy who was in the same sort of boat, and they're still following their dreams and still following their passions with in the rodeo arena, and I could relate that to myself, like I'm a musician and still following the dream and still pushing along and enjoying it as we go. So that's where the whole sort of crux of the song come from, yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, nice. Geez, you do meet some great people out that way, don't you?
Absolutely.
I love my time in Broome and, that whole area, Kununurra and...
absolutely.
Great place. And Derby, just terrific area of Australia.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, it gets in your blood too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I get it.
You always want to go back.
And really, what really blew me away, I mean, you're only 600 k's away from Indonesia.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not far at all. Absolutely. Yeah, beautiful part of the world.
Just a bit of a boat riding you there, It's,
yeah, that's it.
Anyway, all right. Now, you've in between booking this interview and actually having it, you've actually released another song called "Time Away." Is that another solo effort on your part?
Yes, mate. Yeah. So I wrote that one, and that's based around during my time. Which is pretty fresh release actually. It's just last Friday, so
Right.
it's
Okay.
a new one, and it's based around sort of FIFO work, but I've done so much stuff in my sort of life where you spend time away, and you really got to treasure the time when you get home. Those precious times when you're with your family, and whether you're a musician on the road or a truck driver on the road, or whatever you're doing in life, you might have to be away from the family for a while, but then when you get home, you really treasure those times that you do have at home.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Any time spent away from the family makes you appreciate the time that you do have with them, I think, anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, now you've got a new album coming out in August. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Time Away was the fourth single, and then and the album will be released on the 29th of August. So
okay.
All the songs it's all ready to go. It's all ready to fire. We're just I was lucky enough to write all the songs on there myself, except for one. The last track is written with a friend of mine, Drew McAllister. So it was amazing to be able to do a co-write with him.
I love Drew.
He's amazing songwriter, singer, amazing singer.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic to be able to get that on the album. So
great.
Hopefully that does it justice for Drew.
Yeah,
because he's an amazing singer.
Mate, you could do a lot worse than collaborating with Drew McAllister.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely. So I'm really excited to get it out, and
great.
And it is also soul written and produced by a friend of mine in Perth, Josh Dyson. So it's really in-house sort of thing, and
right.
Very independent, and just really excited to get it out and to the world.
I am looking forward to hearing it. And on that note, later on, after I finish the show, maybe after I get home, I might send you a text with our mailing address here at the studio. Could you please send me a CD of the album when it's released?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Because
no problems at all.
I've only got a relative handful of your songs in my playlist, and I do need some more. So if I can grab that CD, I'll rip some off and make your donation to my playlist a little bit bigger.
Absolutely, no worries, no worries at all, Harry.
Yeah, so a bit more airplay doesn't hurt.
No, definitely not. That's right.
All right, now just quickly, can you tell us where people can actually buy your music?
Yeah, so I'm on all streaming platforms, so your regulars, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, so you can get them everywhere there. I've got a new film clip for the first single that was off the album, which was Patience. That's on YouTube.
Right.
So people want to check that video out. All socials, everything's on my socials as well. So to keep up with what's happening in the new releases on Facebook and Instagram, and also all those sorts of platforms. So and also the website. If anyone loves the music and wants to purchase some merch, we got some there on CoreyColum.com. So we're trying to keep up with all the platforms.
Right. Yeah, that's a job and a half on its own nowadays, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's 85% of
it. Yeah. It's good to have that technology, but it just means more work for you.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, I suppose, because like if you look at the old days, you had to spend more time on the road to get music out there. So it's fantastic that there's a lot more platforms, but it is yes, it's definitely full on.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, you can't get away from live performance or the value of live performing.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. No, that's what that's why I do. You love playing live and sharing your music, so that's the main reason. And also love recording and doing new stuff. But it is good to get out there and share the stories and hear other people's stories too when you're travelling around.
Absolutely. Which brings me to my next question. What's your favourite thing about being a live performer, performing in front of a crowd?
Probably that, like being able to share your stories and then also people telling you what it means to them, I suppose. That's, it's really interesting to you could say, oh, this song is about this, and then they'll come back at you with a totally different meaning, what they got out of it and what it means to them in their life. So that's really, really interesting, and I find that really fascinating to hear people's different stories.
Okay, yeah, that's I never thought of that. I mean, you get different interpretations of your own song from different people. So yeah,
absolutely, yeah, that's right. Because people are, have obviously had different lives, and they might be at a different point in their life, and and it may have hit them in a certain way that had nothing to do with the actual, first meaning of the song. So that is, it's really interesting, and
Yeah.
I find that great too, because you could say what the song's about, but it's definitely could be totally something different to somebody else.
And that's a good thing, because it means that you've written something that means something to someone else, whether that meaning is intended or not. It doesn't matter, because they're enjoying the song.
Yeah, well, I won't take that cards or anything, but it is. It's great. Like it makes you feel good, and it's interesting. It's really fascinating to hear those different point of view, I suppose, how they took it. But if you're in a whole different world, then you're going to think of it's totally different. So it is really, really interesting.
It is, yeah, and it's fascinating, I think. All right. Now, how long have you been playing music? When did you actually pick up a guitar and start playing?
Well, I had lessons when I was young, like probably 12, and I didn't like it much at all, because it was all theory, and I'm definitely not a theory guy. No. I wish I'd stuck with it now, but I said, no, I don't want to do this, and then I got into high school, and my teacher there was just a bit more practical, I suppose, and just said, "What do you want to play? Like, give me a song," and I think it was like a Paul Kelly song, and 3 chords, 4 chords, and that really set a fire inside me, and that's, I think, where it grew from. You could grow from there and learn yourself. Once you get a couple of songs under your belt, then you can sort of keep pushing on from there and learn and grow. And the singing side of it was, I'd always sung, since I can remember. So in school choirs and that sort of thing. So from day one. So I think it's just evolved from there, and ended up doing a little acoustic thing with a few mates of mine down south, and once I got my license, like you said at the intro there, I hit the road and found my own passion in country music, and hasn't stopped since then.
Okay, all right. Well, you got a great way of segueing into my next question.
It wasn't planned.
No, but it was working. It's working. We've got to do this again sometime, because we're really good at it. Why country music? I mean, of all the genres you could have chosen to pursue, and there's lots of them, so you got an infinite choice. Why did you choose country?
It's a good question. I always think, there's no real like black and white answer for me. It's just something that I enjoy. I have since day one. Like, I was writing songs at 14, and I don't know. It's just in you. Just I don't know. It's really hard to explain. That it's not. There's no real set. I love the songs. I love the stories. I love the instruments that are used in good country music, where like those traditional instruments, but I still love new stuff too. Like the way it's evolving. But that's it's just something that I've loved. Since probably 17, 18 is where it really kicked in. I think maybe when I started writing putting my stuff out there and sort of for people to listen to, then it probably got stronger, I suppose, and then you just led on from there. But it's just something that I love, and it's a passion. I'm not sure why I didn't go any other way, but it's just
it doesn't matter, mate, as long as it works.
No. That's right. I enjoy it. So
there you go. It's working. So don't complain.
Good.
Don't get out of the boat now, because it's just beginning to be fun. Now, what's so far? What's been your most memorable experience as a performer?
Oh well,
I got some good questions, don't I?
Yeah. Over the year, I'm probably trying to click back my mind a little bit, because I had some really good ones years ago when got to go over to Nashville and get to play on some of the honky tonks over there on Broadway. That was that's forever going to stick in my mind, as well as songwriting over there. So those sorts of things are hard to beat. But I think like Aussie crowds, I did a little tour with Adam Harvey and Sunny Cowgirls years ago as well. Okay. And that was great, to be exposed to that whole sort of touring side of it with those guys, and so, what I was talking about before about getting people's responses from your live music, those sorts of places is pretty special. So I think in a mixed way, it's playing live with your own stuff. Like, I do a lot of cover stuff, so it's really good to be able to play original stuff and share those stories. So when they happen, then and you get a get some feedback, and people just coming up and dancing to your new songs. I thought that's pretty special that they're enjoying it and listening to it.
Yeah, I get that. It is a special feeling, isn't it? You know.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, to move a crowd of people with your music, that's great. You know.
Yeah, it's sort of straight. It's like, oh, you like? I'm not too out there, so yeah. But
okay.
it's really nice. It feels really good. Yep.
Okay. We're starting to run short of time, so I'll have to sign off shortly. But before we go, just tell us what's next for you. What do you got coming up in the way of gigs or festivals, tours, anything like that?
Yeah, sure. So we're in WA for most part of this year, and then we're just trying to work out how we can do Tamworth next year. Would be awesome to get back over. But yeah, just locally got a few, and with the new single Time Away, I'm doing a few mining camps, which is pretty relevant at the moment. So it's pretty fitting to go and share that story with the guys that are doing it now. So and then we're down in Perth in August at Trindale Farm Hotel as a trio, and Honky Tonk in Freo, which is going to be good fun.
Okay.
And then a few rodeos coming up, which will be good fun. We've got one here in Onslow, and then in September we've got a big rodeo over at Panawanika for the Road River Rodeo. So got a few nights over there. So yeah, there's a bit going on, and yeah, excited to and for the new album. For once late August hits, we'll be pushing the new album and yeah, sharing that as much as we can.
Okay. Do you ever run into Rick Steele when you go to Perth?
Oh, that name rings a bell. Definitely. Not on a regular basis, no, but it definitely does ring a bell. Yeah.
He's not country, more sort of blues and stuff, but But he's a great artist. You know, he's a really good muso. But you know, I just thought you might have run into it because Perth ain't that big. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot bigger than Onslow, but no.
Yeah. It's all relative, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, look, I've got to sign off, but look, I've got to thank you so much for taking the time to have this chat with me today, Corey. I do appreciate you taking the time out on your Sunday arvo, and you know, just wishing you all the best, and you know, keep on doing what you're doing because you're doing it so well. And you know, look out for that text I'm going to send you later on with the address.
Absolutely. Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Harry. Thanks for your support. But, you know, it's really appreciated. And, yeah, send that through. And as soon as I get a hold of them, I'll flick one through for sure.
Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. I appreciate it. All right. Look, all the best to you again and, you know, everyone you care about. Have a great time and just, you know, keep being a great muso.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that, Harry. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you again soon, mate.
No worries. Cheers. Bye.
See you, Corey.